Alright, what's up guys, it's me again. Richard, I'm back with you once more today. I'm very happy because I've got something nice I want to share with you. And you know what they say, if you don't succeed in your first attempt, try and try and try again. And that's exactly what they did. They tried with the first version, the second version, the third version, the fourth version, and finally they got it right. Alright, so that's what we're going to be checking out, the Fogger V5. Yeah, so Yi Loong has finally got it right, and well, at least I think they got it right because I've had, I think, the V4 didn't stay with me for very long. I actually gave it away to somebody in the States, and it's not with me right now. So I have got myself a Fogger V5 that's just been released. I got it from Rocco Electronic Vapor. That's a local vape, seller on Facebook here in Malaysia. But however, for those of you in the US, I'm sure you can get it in your country or other countries as well, because this guy doesn't send overseas. He doesn't do overseas international postal services. So I got mine for 100 ringgit, which is about $30 US. So I'm sure, I mean, the Fogger being so popular, it's going to be in your shores anytime soon. If not, it's already there right now. So okay, so the Fogger V5 I've got here. What is it different from the Fogger V4? Like I said, I only got it for a short span of time, so I might have forgotten some of the parts that's in there. So, but from what I know, the Fogger V5 has got a couple of changes in it. For one, you don't get the I'm going to just take it out for you and show it to you. The fill hole is no longer at the bottom. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the V4 has a fill hole at the bottom, so the fill hole right now is on the top. But if you look at the top, where is the fill hole? So no worries, we're going to dive into the close-ups. I'm going to show you where the fill hole is. And besides that, it's the same size. It's still a 22 millimeter diameter atomizer. Dual coil, okay, capable. And yeah, another big difference is the two poles, the negative and the positive poles. Previously, I think you have to wind your wires around it and then screw it down. Right now, no, they've given you a hole right through it, so it makes life so much easier, especially with my coiling skills. You just put your wires through both sides and then you pin it down. And it comes with one of those, spring-loaded thumb screws where you can just put your wire in there, let it go, and it stays. All right. But however, for myself, personally, I prefer to screw it down because I feel that after all the tugging and adjustments and all that, that thing comes out. The spring can't really hold it that tight. All right. So that's my personal preference for it. But again, it comes with that spring-loaded thumb screw, so it's up to you which one you want to use. Otherwise you can interchange it because it comes in the bag of spares as well. So that's another the difference with the version 4 and 5. And the other difference that I noticed is the airflow ring. This is a lot tighter. It's got a bit more tension in it, and again, we're going to take a look at it in the close-ups, how they managed to make it. The previous one they had was like swinging around, so your airflow is not always keep adjusting by itself if you accidentally just push the ring. So this one actually stays. All right, so without further ado, I think I better not go on. We'll get straight into the close-ups. I'm going to strip it down and we're going to check it out part by part. I like the way I say that. I'm going to strip it down. No, not me. The atomizer. All right, we're going to check on the atomizer part by part, and we'll go through that. We come back, we do a dual coil on it. I'll vape on it. I'll tell you what I think about it. Close-up time with the Fogger V5, and here it is. Let's unbox it. First thing you notice the difference with the Fogger 5.0 is the packaging. Of course, previously gave you those soft paper boxes. Right now, Yi Loong has been generous. They came out with this nice thick cardboard box, which is really solid, and shipping is good. It'll protect your atomizer inside. So you have all the branding here, Fogger, and you have a hologram seal here to make sure that the device inside is not tampered. If it's broken, then it's been opened before. And at the back, they've also done away with the instruction guide inside the box, and right now they just have it printed on the back, how to rebuild 8 steps to get your atomizer up and going. You have a QR code here. If you scan this, it's going to bring you to Yi Loong's website, and of course all the other markings as well. And it comes with a magnetic flap box. All right, this is the box that it comes in, and you have your spares inside right now with all the generous offerings of O-rings, even the what do you call insulators, plastic insulators, and your Canthor wire, and also the silica wick and all that, and your thumb screws, spring-loaded thumb screws are in there as well in case you want to change them with the Phillips screws that's on the atomizer right now. So you have an option of using those thumb screws or the Phillips screws. And besides that, you have the free screwdriver, which is a lot better than the blue tiny little screwdrivers they used to give, and it's kind of hold it in your hand and all that. At least this is long enough to hold it in your hand to do any work you want to do. It comes with Phillips screw and also flathead stainless steel with a keychain like thingy. Put that aside, and we go to the star of the show. We're going to put the box aside as well. And here is your Fogger 5.0. And the first thing you also notice once you have the device out of the box is the finishing. Finishing is nice and smooth, more refined from the previous Foggers. All right, doesn't cut your hand, doesn't feel like the edges are cutting your fingers and things like that. Nice and smooth, beautiful. And also the airflow control ring as well is a lot tighter. It's got tension on it so that it doesn't swivel and swivel and swivel around, and accidentally readjust your airflow. All right, so this is the Fogger V5 that's got some changes in it, and let's start breaking it down. Before that, let's take a look at the contact pin. I'm going to bring it up closer here. It's made of copper, adjustable, and it uses a flathead screwdriver if you want to adjust your contact pin. All right, so take out the drip tip, and you can replace a drip tip of your choice. If you'd like to use your own drip tips, it fits as well. Perfect. Any drip tip, all right? It all fits. Beautiful. So, besides that, what else? Take off the top cap, and this piece is solid, mind you. It's pretty heavy as well, solid steel. Okay, the design is the same as the previous Fogger version 4. It's a 22mm diameter device, and you have a rubber piece here. I'm going to zoom it in to let you have a better look of it. Okay, the rubber piece here is to close up your juice hole, which has a groove here. All you have to do is just take a pick, push it out, and this is your juice fill hole. All right, so it's pretty big as well, and there's another smaller hole here, so when you're filling your juice, juice goes in, the extra air that's inside escapes from this little tiny hole here. So this is your rubber O-ring, which is to protect and close up the juice from leaking out. All right, so that's one part of it. Now time to take out the other part of the tank, which is this top cap here that comes together with the previous piece, and this is where the engraving is, Fogger 5.0. As you can see, the finishing is really nice now. All right, engraved onto it. You have an O-ring in there. Don't lose that O-ring. That's to actually go up against the pyrex tank so that juice doesn't leak out. We'll put that aside as well. And you have your pyrex tank here, which is also very nice because the edges here now doesn't cut. It's nice and smooth. I can run my fingers over it. As you can see, didn't cut my finger. Good job, Yi Loong. All right, so I love quartz tank, or rather glass tank. It's because you can put your acidic juices, like your banana flavors and your oranges and things like that. It's not going to crack your tank. Now we have this part here, which is your chimney. You could take out this section. The top section of your chimney has got a white silicone O-ring here, threaded, so when you screw it back inside, this whole thing is holding on in one piece. All right, so you have the other piece of the chimney, which has a Fogger laser etched logo here, the same as all the previous Foggers. All right, so that's another piece, and you have this ring here. let me explain to you the airflow control ring, how it works and why it's got the tension, why it's a little bit stiffer than the previous one, so that when you turn it, it doesn't swivel, turn and turn and turn and turn and accidentally readjust your the size of your air hole. All right, so you have one air hole here and one on this side. All right, so that's two where my fingers are, but yet you have another hole here. This is actually a rubber bumper, a piece of rubber that is seated right underneath the airflow control ring, and what it does is the rubber bumper pushes up against the airflow control ring, and thereby giving it friction, and you can't just turn it and turn it and turn it so easily. Okay, I'm going to attach this to an atomizer stand so it's easier for me to hold with my fat fingers and show you how it works. Okay, I'm going to show you the rubber piece here. You see, there's a rubber bumper there. Cool. And so when you turn it, it catches onto the bottom of the airflow ring so that it's tighter. All right, there you go. That's your airflow. You can have it all the way down, make it really small, or you can open it up to have the air hole fully opened. All right, so okay, so let me show you how you want to assemble it back. Oh, by the way, just before I forget, let me show you the deck as well. All right, the deck, you have your airflow holes here, one, and the other one is on the other side. Let me just lift up my coils a little bit so that you can see. Okay, all right, let's check it out a little bit closer. Yep, there's one hole here and the other hole is on this side as well. I'm going to lift this up so you can have a good look at the air hole. One here and one on this side, and this goes down straight and meets up with this air hole here. So air goes in here, comes out here, cools your coil. Air goes in here, comes out on this from this air hole and cools your coil. Yeah, and you have a large build deck for you to build, making your building, coil building, so much easier. And the difference now is you don't have to wind your wires around the screw head anymore. So they have provided these holes here for you to put your coil legs through from both ends, and then use your screwdriver and just screw down the Phillips screw. Or if you'd like to, you can use those thumb screws that's provided in the spares bag, and all you have to do is just change it yourself, remove the Phillips screws, and the thumb screws look like this. All right, this is the thumb screw. All you got to do is just remove the screw, push the screw in, screw it down, and you can start using those thumb screws. But I much prefer using the Phillips screws because it's going to hold on to my wire better, and while I'm adjusting it, it doesn't slip and get loose and come out. So I prefer the Phillips screw. All right, so but if you want to change it, by all means, they have an option. It's in the spares bag. Okay, so let's assemble this unit back. Besides that, oh, before I forget, the air channels as well. You've got 4 air channels, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're not as long or deep or what do you call as the previous ones. It's just until here, which is about 5 millimeters, which is good enough to do the job. All right, so those are your air channels. We're going to start assembling the unit back. What you want to do right now is, this is the airflow hole before you put in this ring. Okay, the thing is they're both sharing the same threadings along here, and if you were to just screw it back down, if let's say your ring is half closing your air hole, and if you were to screw it all the way down, you're not going to be able to back the airflow control ring so that you can fully open the air hole, right? Because this is right screwed down against the airflow control ring. So what you want to do is, before you put back this ring on, is to open up the air hole all the way full. So in case you want to vape on a fully open air hole, you can. Okay, back it up all the way full like this to show the air hole, and then holding the airflow control ring, you want to just screw this back down. Okay, so once you screw it back down, once it's tight just bring it back, loosen it a bit where you can turn it, hold on to the ring with your thumb and your index finger, and now you put back your chimney. Alright, so once you have your chimney put back, once you've coiled everything, wicked everything, once everything is ready, put back your tank as well, your pyrex glass, and the top cap. You see the threading here, it's going to hold on to this. Just turn it. Okay, so once it's a little bit tight, you want to just check if you can back this down. Yes, you can still move it, as you can see. So just tighten it a little bit more. Okay, and you can still move it. Good. Now, fill up your juice. Once you fill up your juice, put back the O-ring, put back the top cap, hold this section. Once it's tight and held on, perfect. So you can back up the air hole fully opened if you want to vape on a fully opened air hole. Otherwise, you can just close it 3/4 or half, or up to you. But as you can see, you have that space to play with, all right, to open your airflow control ring. Next, you want to just take this off, put your grip tip back on, and that's it. This is your Fogger version 5.0, all set, ready to be vaped. Alright, so we're back from the close-ups, and we just saw up close with the Fogger V5. Yes, if you notice, you know, the finishing is a lot more refined compared to what it was before. It's a little bit rough, the finishing you can touch now. It's really nice and smooth there, but otherwise it looks the same, all right? And all the other differences that comes with it as well. So, thumbs up, thumbs down. If you ask me personally, for the buck, for 100 ringgit or $30 US, you couldn't ask for more. This is, they've just got it just about perfect, I mean, they know you've been complaining, let's put it that way, when you get the version, let's say 3 or 4, and it's like, oh man, this part is no good, oh man, they should have done this, oh man. So they took all that and they heard you, that I tell you, and they eventually got it right for V5, so far it's performed well. I've got a dual coil in there, getting to about a 0.5 ohms. I did the calculation on my Microcoil Pro app, and so I've got it around the sweet spot, to make sure I get the best vape. And right now, we're going to take a vape and see. I love it. It's nice. Oh, bliss. It's giving you the vapor, the flavor. Yes, I mean, don't expect big, humongous clouds, but for an atomizer like this with a dual coil, I think the vapor is pretty impressive. Nice. That was a lung hit, by the way. I can even do a mouth to lung hit if I want. Oh, wife's just called in. Don't smoke up the whole room. Oh. Anyway, it's really good. Value for the buck. That's all I can say. I can't find any flaws in it. I mean, you fill it from the top. It's nice. You got a rubber O-ring, push it back, and there you go. No leakage, nothing. Yi Loong. Good on you, man. And that's the Fogger V5. Love it, love it, love it. 2 thumbs up. Until I talk to you again, keep safe, take care, and have a great day. Bye for now.